Hello, welcome to my English class with Ma'am Nanny. Are you ready to learn English with me? Okay, today we are going to read a story to improve our reading skills and to enrich our vocabulary. Are you ready? Let's go. Listen and repeat.
Dengar dan ulangi ya.
One day, Snow White met a charming prince. As they sang a song of love together, Snow White's evil stepmother, the queen, watched them.
Suatu hari, Putri Salju bertemu dengan seorang pangeran yang menawan. Saat mereka sedang menyanyikan sebuah lagu cinta, ibu tiri salju putih yang jahat, sang ratu, mengawasi mereka.
The queen was so jealous of Snow White's beauty that she ordered her huntsmen to kill the young princess.
Ratu sangat cemburu dengan kecantikan Putri Salju, sehingga dia memerintahkan pemburu huntsman untuk membunuh sang putri.
But the huntsman couldn't bring himself to hurt Snow White. He told her to run far away so the queen would never find her.
Tapi si pemburu huntsman tidak mau menyakiti Putri Salju. Dia menyuruh sang putri pergi jauh sehingga ratu tidak akan pernah menemukannya.
Snow White ran deep into the woods. She was lost and scared but soon found herself in front of a cottage. The princess knocked, but no one was home. She slowly stepped inside.
Putri Salju pergi jauh ke dalam hutan. Dia tersesat dan ketakutan hingga dia menemukan sebuah pondok. Sang putri mengetuk, tapi tidak ada orang di pondok itu. Perlahan dia melangkah masuk.
The cottage was a mess. With the help of her forest friends, Snow White cleaned every nook and cranny. Maybe whoever lives here will let me stay, said Snow White.
Pondok itu berantakan. Dengan bantuan teman-teman hutannya, Putri Salju membersihkan setiap sudut di dalam pondok itu. Mungkin siapapun yang tinggal di sini akan membiarkan aku tinggal, kata Putri Salju.
Upstairs, Snow White found 7 little beds. She thought they belonged to children. Tired from cleaning, Snow White yawned as she curled up on the beds and fell asleep.
Di lantai atas, Putri Salju menemukan 7 tempat tidur kecil. Dia berpikir itu milik anak-anak. Lelah setelah membersihkan seluruh rumah, Putri Salju menguap dan tertidur lelap di ranjang.
Meanwhile, the 7 dwarfs were heading home from a long day of working in the jewel mine. They were anxious to get home to their cottage in the woods.
Sementara itu, 7 kurcaci menuju rumah dari hari yang panjang bekerja di tambang permata. Mereka sangat ingin pulang ke pondok mereka di hutan.
The 7 dwarfs were surprised when they found a princess inside their home. When Snow White awoke, she was charmed by the 7 dwarfs: Dopey, Sneezy, Happy, Grumpy, Doc, Bashful, and Sleepy.
7 kurcaci terkejut saat mereka menemukan seorang putri di dalam pondok mereka. Saat Putri Salju terbangun, dia terpesona oleh 7 kurcaci,
Dopey, Sneezy, Happy, Grumpy, Doc, Bashful, dan Sleepy.
The dwarfs wanted to protect the beautiful princess from the evil queen, so they invited Snow White to live with them. To celebrate, the new friends sang and danced the night away.
Para kurcaci ingin melindungi putri cantik itu dari ratu yang jahat, jadi mereka mengundang Putri Salju untuk tinggal bersama mereka di sana. Untuk merayakannya, mereka bernyanyi dan berdansa semalaman.
Back at the castle, the queen learned that Snow White was still alive. Enraged, she made a magic potion to change her appearance. Her plan was to trick the princess.
Di istana, ratu mengetahui bahwa Putri Salju masih hidup. Dia sangat marah. Dia membuat ramuan ajaib untuk mengubah penampilannya. Rencananya adalah untuk menipu sang putri.
After the dwarfs had set off for work the next day, the queen, disguised as an old peddler woman, offered Snow White a beautiful red apple. Snow White took one bite of the apple and fell into a deep sleep. The queen had poisoned her.
Setelah para kurcaci berangkat kerja hari berikutnya, sang ratu menyamar sebagai wanita pedagang kelontong tua, menawari Putri Salju sebuah apel merah yang indah. Putri Salju menggigit apel itu dan tertidur lelap. Ratu telah meracuninya.
When the dwarfs came home, they chased the queen to the top of a stormy mountain. Suddenly, lightning hit the mountain, and the queen fell, never to be seen again.
Ketika para kurcaci pulang, mereka mengejar ratu ke puncak sebuah gunung yang penuh badai. Tiba-tiba, petir menyambar gunung, membuat sang ratu terjatuh ke dalam jurang dan tidak pernah terlihat lagi.
But Snow White was still in a deep sleep. The 7 dwarfs kept watch over her day and night. Finally, Snow White's Prince Charming arrived. He had been searching everywhere for the beautiful princess he had sung with so long ago.
Tapi Putri Salju masih tertidur lelap. 7 kurcaci terus mengawasinya siang dan malam. Akhirnya, pangeran tampan Putri Salju tiba. Dia telah mencari kemana-mana untuk putri cantik. Dia telah bernyanyi dengan begitu lama.
The prince awakened. Snow White was love's first kiss. The spell was broken. Snow White and the prince returned to the kingdom and lived happily ever after.
Pangeran membangunkan Putri Salju dengan ciuman cinta sejati. Mantra jahat itu musnah. Putri Salju dan pangeran kembali ke kerajaan dan hidup bahagia selamanya.
The moral lessons of Snow White. 1. It's wonderful to have friends. When Snow White had nowhere else to go, she was welcomed in the humble abode of the 7 dwarfs. These little creatures embraced her like one of their own. 2. You can appeal to the goodness in everyone. When the evil queen ordered the woodsman to kill Snow White, he failed, not because he was incapable but because Snow White appealed to the goodness in him. Snow White believed that deep inside, the woodsman is capable of kindness. Snow White was right. There's goodness in each and every one of us. 3. Insecurities doesn't justify your mean attitude. Every time the queen asks a magic, mirror, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? And she gets her most dreaded answer, Snow White. She goes into a deep rage. Everyone has insecurities. It's how they deal with it. The queen deals with it by being mean. In the end, the queen still failed because anything rooted in evil never wins. 4. Don't talk to strangers and don't let them in your house. When the woodsman failed to kill Snow White, the queen decided to do it herself by disguising as an old woman. Despite the dwarf's advice to her, Snow White's golden heart still prevailed. She talked to the old woman, accepted the apple she offered, and fell into a deep sleep. When in doubt, always remember what the dwarfs told Snow White. Don't talk to strangers and don't let them in your house. It's better to be safe than sorry. 5. Real beauty comes from within. Driven by jealousy, the evil queen had to kill Snow White to become the fairest of them all. But despite her many attempts, the queen never succeeded because the magic mirror recognizes Snow White's beauty both on the outside and most importantly, from the inside. The queen was not and will never be as beautiful as Snow White, not because she's less attractive but because her heart is not as pure. That's all. See you.